Whoa, this is your man, Nico B. This is the Black Effect, man. Hit that like and subscribe button, donate to the pay. Actually, donate to the Cash.app. The link is in the description now. You know what I'm saying? I got a few notes, man, for this video. Usually I don't do notes, but I really wanted to, touch on this, and this is a important and strong topic, man. So, the name of this video, man, I want to title it and give y'all this real spiritual eye-opening message. This is probably knowledge. You're not gonna hear everywhere, but it's definitely, eye-opening knowledge, man. And that is that the male penis is a tool that can be used for good or bad. Niggas may hear this and be like, man, what is this nigga talking about, man? So, oh man, my penis, my willy. Yeah, bro. Nah, the male penis is more than just, for the just a piece of flesh. It's more than just something to get your rocks off. You know what I'm saying? We know this. God has already told you this. You understand? This is why he's even giving man the mandate, like spilling your seed is a sin. You understand? Because it's power. Your seed is powerful. Now let's be real. I know that, every man's not going, we're in a new day and age, you know what I'm saying? So I get that niggas is gonna have some casual sex and all that. But you gotta understand what you're doing when you engage in this. When men have sex with women, first thing your penis is doing, you are doing, is to purify the woman. That's what you do when a righteous man has sex with a woman. You purify the woman. And I'm gonna start off with, I'm talking about the base level man of the earth, the righteous man, not a wicked man. All right, a man who's following God, who's trying to do God's will for his life at least. All right, here's what he does when he has sex with a woman is he purifies her. You understand? That's why you see a woman running around acting, being bubbly, being happy. It's not only that she's got a nut off, it's a spiritual thing behind that set her, like, she set her like raised her spirits, for lack of he's basically raised her spirits. That interaction, that intercourse raised her spirits. He purified her from all of that, that foolishness she was going through, all that stress, all of that other stuff. He took that. You know what I'm saying? Also, it raises her levels, like I said, her levels biologically. Like her hormone levels get soothed, or whatever hormone she needs, those levels get regulated in that interaction and intercourse. Now on the flip side, picture this with a wicked man. You know what I'm saying? The total opposite effects happen. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna get to that. So he also implants DNA. Even if you don't nut in the woman, you don't ejaculate in her for the final climax. When you having just the friction of things, the exchange of fluids while while this is going on, the exchange of fluids and things, you're imparting DNA upon her. This is why you see women start to act like the man that they have sex with. And I'm not saying she starts to be masculine per se, but she takes on his traits. It's like, it's not that they don't even have to have been around each other long. This could be like a 1 to 3 month relationship. And in that 1 month, after he hit that, and really give her the 1-2, like in that movie with Snoop Dogg where he was a pimp. And the other pimp was telling him, you gotta just, for 40 days, 40 nights, you gotta slay that thing. Really like sleep, like really what I'm saying is you just hit that spot, like really, and impart that DNA upon her. She starts to act like the man. I've had this happen. She starts to take on his traits. You know, if a black man give a white woman, she's getting with his program. That's what God has given the man within his DNA, his penis and his DNA. You know, and within that situation of intercourse, that's what God has ordained to happen. You people try to forget and make up your own mindset on these things. You know, with forgetting that it's a bigger picture. Us today, man, we so far removed from the real, what sex's true meaning is. It's ridiculous. It's so casual today, and it's because you've let women dictate, you know, pretty much the climate of how things should be raised, and simps, and so you get a whole sexually charged society in America, and sex is just thrown around. And that's why you have single motherhood running rampant. Nobody wants to get married. What did you think was gonna happen? You're an idiot. You're like, what did you think was gonna happen? And yeah, another thing is what the tool is used for, man. And I'm saying this is a useful tool. Like, a tool has use. You know, the man is more than his penis. Like, this is attached to you. But women, you know, have penis envy. A lot of these feminists have penis envy. Like, you got these women want to run around talking about trying to call themselves a man. You can never be a man, okay? And it's not just because of the penis, but that's a huge part of it. You know, his biology, you know, and what his tool is meant to do. You can't do that. You can never impart your DNA on another woman. It won't happen. You can never do that. You know, so that's why the Lord has ordained all this homosexuality and shit is sin, because when you do that, you know, now you have corrupted the purpose of the tool. Women doing that is a pointless act. It's just pointless. A woman can finger herself and get herself off, but see, these women have perverted. Now they became so vain, so wicked in the mind. They lusting for the female image themselves. They want to suck a titty. They want to put their face in another chick booty hole. Bruh, woman, you're lost in the head. But see, that's why you see all of these women with kids. How you gonna have a kid and call yourself a lesbian? But I digress. Another thing with men, a man his tool is not meant to be used on another male. Nothing should be going into another man's rectum. These men have health problems because of that, bad ones. You know, and a lot of, you know, what you hear of, gay sex is not all it's cracked up to be. I don't know personally. Hey, don't ever get that twisted, man. But I'm just saying, from listening to other men, like men who've done that, and you know, listen to them. You know, they'll tell you. You know, but that when you do that, you know, now you've corrupted the tool, and that's why you see people like, look up this stuff. Don't just listen to Nico B. You know, look it up. Go just look it up for yourself. And you thinking I'm talking nonsense? Aleister Crowley, sex magic. Aleister Crowley was using homosexual sex. And he wasn't per se, you know, interested in having relations with men. He was having sex with everything, because it opens up certain voids and use it for power. Look at how Dr. Dre and men back in those days were just using these things for power, dominating other men. They just dominated them, and you know, and that was a tool used for a sick tool of Satan used for power. Satan uses these tools. Look it up. Look at spiritual attacks. You will have men who are having spiritual attacks within their times of dreaming and meditations, and times of just, you know, and being alone, of getting molested and touched by spirit beings in the spirit who are homosexual. Satan is a huge homosexual. You know, he perverts everything God does, but I don't want to get too spiritual for y'all who not, you know, that's on the other podcast. I'm going to do that on the Awakening podcast that I'm opening. That I'm starting, and I want y'all to follow that, man. For all of my followers of Christ and followers of the truth, man, it's time. You understand? And a last thing, when you masturbate, look at, when every man can attest to this. Any man who's masturbated, after you've done it, you have this horrible void that that you just be like, I don't know what the problem is, but it's a void left there, and you feel, some men feel icky or whatever, some men feel like ashamed, and some men just be like, damn, like, this was pointless. And the void that you have, or that feeling that you have, is because you are looking to orgasms are meant to please a woman. Your male orgasm is meant to please a woman, you know what I'm saying, and serve a woman. That whole act of you, whatever you was doing, was meant to please a woman, you know what I'm saying, and have her walking, floating around the damn crib, to where she ain't even walking around the crib, she floating on that joint. Had one chick, not to digress, but I had one woman tell me, you know what I'm saying, send me a text like, I'm gonna start calling you Michael Jordan. I'm like, what? Michael Jordan? Because for the amount of rings that Michael Jordan won was the amount of time she had her orgasm. And this is back, when I wasn't even in the truth, like her understanding of total to the tantricism of sex, and understanding the spirituality of it completely. But I was was learning, and it's like, this is how I can understand how these things work also, because the Lord has shown me this through experience. You understand? Not just reading and listening and understanding from the Holy Spirit, but experience that I had to go through. You know what I'm saying? That I went through. And I'm thankful for experience. You understand? But I pretty much broke this down to you, and I hope this gives you more understanding. The male tool can be used for good or bad. Look at all of these women in the black community, who have became single mothers. A lot of you black men, have used, didn't even understand what you was doing with your tool, and just ran off. Like, you didn't purify the woman. A lot of these black dudes were simps. A lot of them, was simps, and what happened was, the woman, she didn't purify her, then she didn't take on his traits pretty much, or sometimes she did, and the shit just didn't work. You know what I'm saying? Because no one had any understanding. But really the black man, and all men should understand the power that you wield. And a lot of them do, but woman, people you should understand what's going on in this exchange of sex. No matter if you're having sex with a condom or not, prostitute or not. The thing is, with when you having sex with a condom, this stuff can never 100% withhold the 100% DNA. It'll tell you that. So if that's the case, you still having the exchange. The spiritual exchange is still happening. If you're kissing abroad, the fluid exchange is still happening. So that's still what's going on. I'm sure, hopefully I gave y'all, a more understanding of this. It's your man, Nico B, Black Effect. Don't forget the podcast, The Awakening. I'll leave the links in the descriptions, when I start that. And that's strictly for, like I said, those who want to be in the truth of the Most High God, who want to make it to the end, for God, and want to do His will for their life. All right, it's your man, Nico B. I'm out of here.